Some kind of a headline came out on the underground, and it was talking about a tournament called IFC. Now, I was in the IFC tournament. I haven't the foggiest idea what IFC stands for, but it must be like International Fighting Championship. This took place in Mile High Stadium in Denver, Colorado, in roughly 2004. And it goes down as the toughest tournament of all times. Now, feel free to argue whether that's true or not, but that's what most people will say about this tournament. And I'm looking back on that because I was in the tournament. 8 men, 1 night, $50,000 prize. By any standards is a very good payday, but by those standards, wow. So everybody came out for this. And like Forrest Griffin was in the tournament. And this was just before Forrest was Forrest. It was just before the Ultimate Fighter, but Forrest was in the tournament. I was in the tournament. Trevor Prangley was in the tournament. Babalu was in the tournament. Jeremy Horn was in the tournament. There was a fighter out of Brazil, big strong guy that was boxing heavy. I can't recall his name, but a good fighter. And then there was also a Russian athlete who had just defeated Randy Couture in Japan. That was kind of his claim to fame. So this is going to be a hard night. Any way you want to do it, any way you want to draw it, this is going to be a very hard night. Babalu wins the tournament and could basically write his own ticket. I mean, this tournament really got a lot of respect. It got a lot of eyeballs, 3 guys in one night. Babalu's path, he beat Trevor Prangley in the first round. Might have been Babalu's hardest fight. He beat, Shogun. How did I even forget? Shogun was in the tournament. Shogun and Babalu met up in the second round. And Babalu finished him with I want to say Babalu triangled him. Maybe a guillotine. Babalu finished Shogun. Great win. And that represented Shogun's last loss for a meaningful period of time. Then Babalu draws into Jeremy Horn in the finals. And Horn was on fire back then. It was just a style problem for Horn. Horn was usually going to submit you from his back. Babalu was very good at getting top position. Babalu also had a black belt. It was just a style problem. But that was the finals, and Jeremy Horn went on a run. He didn't lose another fight for a meaningful period of time. I want to say it was like 2 or 3 years, and then he ran into Anderson Silva, like on the smaller circuit before Anderson got his big break. That's off the top of my head. But Babalu goes right into the UFC, goes on a great run himself. Shogun gets picked up, goes into Pride, and then went on his run. Where did Shogun ever lose? Yeah, Shogun got upset. No, he didn't. He ran through Pride, he came over to the UFC, and then he ran into Forrest. That's exactly what it was. Shogun comes into the UFC from Pride and had Forrest Griffin. And it was one of these nights where Forrest was largely put out there because he was a known guy and he came through the Ultimate Fighter, but he's now going to help shine up the wheels of this next huge star, Shogun. And Forrest just pushed the pace and pushed the pace and pushed the pace and wore him down. At any rate, without reminiscing too much, the IFC, which is called largely the toughest tournament that ever happened, toughest one-night tournament of all time. I don't know if that's true or not. I'd love your opinion, but in case you hadn't heard of it, there's the story.